up, y'all? Welcome back to the Top Flight Podcast. You know what it is. You know what we're here to do. We're back in studio today. Beautiful Austin, Texas. I'm with the boys. We got Bali ATX here next to me to my right. We got B here to my left. Off screen, we got G Primo controlling everything that happens behind the scenes. Shout out to the backroom staff. Juanito, we celebrated your birthday last week. Today, it's Megan's. Meg, thank you so much for all your hard work and dedication. Interesting episode today, boys. We got a lot to talk about. Obviously, the game versus Inter Miami, but it doesn't stop there. We're going to touch up on Rodo, new sporting director, massive news. We also got a little bit of update on Moussa Jité. But is it really an update, or is it just more rumors, more smoke, as a lot of Austin FC fans like to say? But I'm going to start off with you, Bali. Welcome to the podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm actually doing very, very good, bro. You know, I'm blessed, man. Just another episode with the boys, man. Excited.
4th of July coming up.
4th of July coming
America's
up.
birthday.
Yep. Excited for that,
right
too.
around the corner.
Yep.
Any plans you got?
Not probably just day off, chill, relax at home.
Hot dogs,
Some
getting
fireworks?
glizzy?
Nah,
A little
man.
mustard on the glizzy?
Nah, bro, I'ma just chill.
Bacon wrap glizzy?
Nada?
I'm just chill.
Raw glizzy?
I'm
Oh, that's gross.
bro.
That's disgusting.
The bun.
The bun.
Yeah, bro, I'm just be chilling at the crib, bro. That's it.
With the fam.
With the fam. chilling.
Fireworks? Are you a fan of fireworks?
Nah. I'm not a fan of fireworks.
You don't support fireworks?
I mean, I don't have a problem with them, but I don't really go out and buy fireworks.
Breaking news, Bali doesn't like fireworks.
Yeah.
When you sleep.
Interesting.
I'd rather be at home, sleep, cuddle up with my shawty, and get the freak on.
Whoa. Okay. All right. B,
Yes, sir.
please.
My bad. I'm sorry.
B, please bring
Yes,
it back
sir.
to a
I'm sorry, I'm
PG
sorry.
level. This is a Austin FC pod. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing good. Like you said, 4th of July coming up. As we're watching the United States play Trinidad and Tobago in the Gold Cup in the background, we're doing this podcast, man. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, a lot to talk about. But first, Primo, how are you doing, bro? We can't forget my G.
With that fresh Columbia shirt, shit.
Yeah, okay,
man,
G.
that first Columbia shirt is hot, man. I need something breathable. It's hot out here.
Yeah.
Bro, hold on. Y'all over there talking about the fresh Columbia shirt. I'm looking at the Yeezy shoe he got on, bro.
Oh,
What is that?
what?
Easy.
What are those,
Easy.
sandals or are they shoes?
What are
The foam runners, baby.
foam runners?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
No
Hot,
socks?
bro.
Is that
no
normal?
socks.
Is that
I
normal?
don't know if it is, bro.
I think
It's
that's
hot, though.
normal.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
mean,
hot, though.
I
Kind of hot.
I wouldn't be wearing those with socks, though.
Yeah,
Oh, true. It looked
I think it look good. I think they look
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
honestly.
Breathable.
But before we get into the episode, I do want to plug in the pod. Obviously, we're here at Top Flight Podcast Studios. If you know anybody that's trying to keep up with this club, make sure to recommend us, please. We got a video version of the pod if you're watching us right now. We also got an audio version only that comes out on Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Also, shout out to the writers at WeAustinTV.com. I'm talking about Football Critic. I'm talking about Scott and JC. Massive work by them to bring the run it backs, kind of recapping games, and also the what you need to knows. We've been receiving a lot of compliments on those. Scott's doing a really good job on previewing the games in the morning before kickoff. So shout out to all the writers, Football Critic, JC, and Scott, just like I said. Let's see, boys. Anything you would like to plug in before we get into the topics?
No, man, we appreciate the writer, like you mentioned, man. We're really grateful for those articles to put on the website. So go check them out, give them a read.
Definitely. We're AustinTV.com if you didn't know, and also Top Flight Podcast. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe there, and anywhere you'd like to check us out. We got our content coming out all the time. Also, the Twitter Spaces.
Yes.
The Twitter Spaces, shout out to everybody for tuning in. Last night's Twitter Space was pretty damn fun. I'm not going to lie. It was one of the best ones that I've hosted in a very long time. About 1,200 people tuned in, so that's massive. Honestly, massive. Not 1,200 at the same time, but 1,200 have listened to the Twitter Space, so that means a lot to me, especially with everything going on with Twitter.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
everything
true.
going on, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I
for
wasn't sure if we were going to be able to host the space last
A
night.
lot of changes.
A lot of changes, but let's see. Let's get into the episode, y'all. We're going to start off with the game. Obviously, Inter Miami versus ATX, 1-1 draw on the road. And the main question around this game, the final result, the full-time discussion is, was this 2 points dropped or was this a point stolen away from home? That's really been the main topic of discussion. A lot of fans had different takes on it. We had Phoenix chime in, Verde hasta la muerte chime in. Brad had a really good point on it. It was very interesting where the conversation went last night with Austin FC and Inter Miami game. So I want to get y'all's overall thoughts. I'm starting off with you, B. 1-1 against Inter Miami. What were your thoughts after the full-time whistle blew?
I mean, look, before the game kicked off, on paper, I think this is a game that you'd see Austin as favorites to come away with 3 points, even though it's on the road. And then after the game played out, towards the final whistle, I think we're lucky to get a point, man. I think Miami, had the bulk of the chances, although we had some chances as well. But I think Stewart came up big like he usually does, bro, and I think kept us that point. And we get a point on the road. Usually when we play the bottom team in the league, we lose, so we get a point. So maybe that's a plus. Maybe that's a step up.
Interesting there, B. Actually, I mean, really good points to touch up on. B, sorry, Bali, do you feel the same way as B with his overall thoughts, or do you have something different to add? What were your overall thoughts on the match last night?
No, I agree with the B. We got lucky. Stuber again coming up huge for us. Another. He was the MVP last night. I mean, he
got the MVP last night.
Yeah, he did also, and he most likely will be in the team of the week, the MLS team of the week this week. Because he had an amazing performance again for us, and he saved us, bro. We should have lost that game. We'll take the point. We stole the point away from home, but I mean, this Miami's team was a weak team right now. I mean, they're struggling right now, and they played well. They could have beat us. So I mean, it just shows that right now we just didn't show the quality that we've been showing the past 2 games where we scored 6 goals in 2 games. That's huge.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Inter Miami coming into this game, they had a losing streak of 7 games or something like that. And we helped them break it. And that's kind of what Austin FC's thing has been this season. Like, if you haven't got a goal,
we're Robin Hood.
If you haven't got a win, just play Austin FC and they'll help you get that first goal. They'll help you get that first win. And it's been a bit of a frustrating thing that we've been seeing with Austin FC this season, but it is what it is. Primo, any overall thoughts that you had on the 1-1 game last night? I mean, there's a lot to really talk about.
A lot to talk about. I think at the end of the day, it was a pretty even match for the most part. I mean, obviously, we wanted to go in there and get the 3 points. Before the match, it felt like it was something that we could actually do, and then playing Miami, everything kind of switched over. They actually came a lot better than what we thought. But overall, I think it was a pretty even match. Both teams had a good amount of chances that just they couldn't finish.
Interesting, mate. Now, I have a quote here from Josh Wolf, one of the opening statements from the press conference. Quote goes, it's a hard-earned point on the road. I don't think we played particularly well in the first half, and we got punched in the face in the second half. I did like the response. I like the reaction after we went down, but it's not what you want to see. Going down a goal, but I think the immediacy of our reaction after that, to play with more urgency, cleaner with the ball, and then we started to generate more attacks, sustainable possession, get more numbers into the attack. From that standpoint, about the reaction, the response was good. He also goes on to say, the first half was far too poor. So many poor performances in the first half, really sloppy and sluggish with the ball. We gave them too many opportunities to simply have the ball and generate shots. Brad Stuver made some saves, a couple timely ones in the second half as well. Another quote from Josh Wolf. This is on the goal that we conceded. He goes on to say, the goal, I mean, we have 7 guys in the box. It's quite disappointing. We're dealing with the ball wide. Alex is in a good position. Julio is in a good position. Nicky is there. Owen coming back. So there's 1 striker, and we have 7 guys. Unfortunately, we don't deal with that situation well enough. Now, Josh Wolf, very frustrated last night in the press conference. I'm going to read a couple comments here from social media before we go on to the next conversation, boys. We had Paul from the Very Dependent Pod. He says, once is an accident. Twice is a coincidence. 3 times is a pattern. And this, jumping points against lower opposition, has happened more than thrice this season. When do we look at players versus the coach for these performances? Minus Rado, this was the same 11 last week, no? So Paul right there kind of saying like, hey, this is not really on Wolf. This is on the players being real sluggish and not performing to the standards. We had Chris Hardo. He says, was he the coach or just an observer? This quote sounds AI generated. So
Chad
I don't know. Chad GPT. We had Jordan, my G Jordan at $10 hot dog. He says he has the right. He has the right read on it. And in this case, it really is an important moment where the players need to address how seriously they take playing lower table teams on the road.
$10 hot dog.
$10 hot dog right there.
Expensive hot dog, brother.
So we had the opening statements. We heard what Josh Wolf had to say. The quotes are there. You can check out the striker. You check out We're Austin TV. That's where the quotes are being posted. So I want to get into the goals, y'all. The goals, it was just 2 of them, but there was multiple chances. Now, minute 13. Cascante's header hits the post from a Danny cross. Now, it's something that we saw previously. I think it was the game against Houston where Danny puts a cross into the back post. Julio Cascante is left unmarked, and he does the job. This one, though, the cross put in by Danny, very good cross. Julio Cascante has more people marking him, you can say, and the angle is almost impossible. But somehow, now some people were saying Julio Cascante was trying to head it back towards his teammates. Zardes and Ring were there ready to close it. But Julio Cascante gets a cheeky header off, and it hits the bottom of the post. And unfortunately for Julio Cascante, and unfortunately for us, the ball hits the post, and it gets out. Now, that was minute 13 where we thought, okay, you know what? We're kind of doing some stuff. After that, there was a lot of back and forth. Stuber was making many saves. And we fast forward to minute 40. Drusi with a crazy spin move and control, but the keeper saves it. Now, which move am I talking about? It was almost a Bergkamp-esque spin by Drusi Dior off of an Owen Wolf pass. Now, B, you had a lot to say about this off air when we were talking about the notes and what we were going to say. Why did this spin move by Drusi impress you so much?
I mean, look, it's a difficult move to catch the ball on the spin and on the bounce,
Yeah.
bro. It's on the bounce and the spin to turn. You move, you put yourself in a position to get a shot off. I think it's a difficult position, and not only that move. I think Drusi was the best outfield player in this game, bro. In my opinion, just
Smooth operator.
smooth operator, brother. Yeah, saucy by him. Unfortunately, didn't go in the back of the net.
Now, minute 44, we got the highlight right here on screen. Shout out to Primo for getting it for us. Minute 44, I'd say not necessarily 44, I'd say 45 or whatever. Joseph Martinez and Pizarro. I'm sorry, that's the one right before it, right before the goal. Minute 44, Joseph Martinez and Pizarro cook up the ATX defense. Joseph is one-on-one with Stuber, but Brad Stuber saves. Now, Bali, I want to bring you in on this, mate, because you were saying how this was on Cascante. I argued with you on that point, and I said this was Alex Ring out of position. He's clearly tracking Joseph Martinez, and then he decides to just follow Julio Cascante. That leads to a wide-open pass from Pizarro to Joseph Martinez. Joseph Martinez thankfully doesn't finish it, and Brad Stuber stands tall, and he makes the save. What are your thoughts on this situation right here?
I mean, it was on Alex. Alex does lose his mark, and follows Julio. But at the same time, that's where Julio and Alex have to communicate with each other, and Julio has to be like, you know what, you stay back, I'll attack. No communication with the defense, and that's hurting us at the end of the day. With the goal also, I mean, no communication again. Julio and Owen. So it's a lack of communication, lack of focus.
On the Alex Ring situation, do you think this is just down to him not being a natural center back? I mean, the guy is filling in, bro.
I mean, and that's spot on. That's 100% right, Hernan. I mean, he is not a center back, and he's been playing in that position, and the coach has been playing him in that position. But that's not him. He's a center mid.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
All right. Well, now we can fast forward to minute 47, 46, as we were saying, which now we have the right highlight here on screen. Joseph gets his goal after some shaky defense. Could we have done better there? It's 1-0 for Inter Miami right after the half. We had a lot to talk about on this goal. There was a lot to really dissect because there were multiple players in the box. Maybe Julio Cascante could have done better. It looked like him and Owen were caught in no man's land saying, oh, you're going to get it. I'm going to get it. You're going to get it. I'm going to get it. And at the end, nobody got it. Who got it? Joseph Martinez. And he does not miss this one. He buries it into the back of the net. I think it's his 103rd goal in MLS. He takes his finger to the mouth and shushes his own stadium.
Fans? What?
His
Okay.
own fans.
I don't get that.
So,
Were we that loud?
come on into this topic. Talk to us about this goal. Fans on the Twitter space last night were saying that this was on Cascante 100%. Do you share that same mindset?
I mean, look, first of all, the cross, if Ring was just a couple inches taller, he probably gets his head to that
100%.
ball. He doesn't. And then I think Wolf being in the vicinity next to Cascante, they both got in each other's way. It's like, are you getting it? Am I getting it? Oh, it just goes between both of them. But I think if you're Julio, you attack that ball, bro. I mean, you run over your own player if you have to. You attack that ball, get it out of there. They both were cautious, like, oh, who's getting it? No one gets it. Martinez gets it in the back of the net. And
makes no mistake,
yeah.
Joseph. Makes no mistake.
And it's 1-0 Miami.
Now, the thing that shocked me the most about this goal was, you see Julio as the play is developing, and he checks his shoulder more than once. So he sees Joseph. So it kind of leaves me wondering, like, if you know where he's at, if you're seeing where his position is, why are you drifting away from him? Be on him a little bit. Get on his shoulder, touch him up like that, get him off of his element. But unfortunately, Julio and Owen kind of stuck, don't know who's going to get it. The ball falls to Joseph, and it's 1-0 for Inter Miami. Now, the next highlight we have on here, this was another nervy moment for Austin FC.
Right after the goal.
Right after the goal. Inter Miami so close to their second of the night. John Gallagher spinned. Alex Ring caught in no man's land. But who's the one that saves the goal, really? Julio Cascante with this last-minute tackle. Now, I gave Ring criticism here for not hitting the ball over his goal, sending it to the corner kick. An experienced center back knows what to do in that situation. Alex Ring's inexperience at center back clearly showed in that moment. He heads it to the center, into the small box, into the Miami player's path, and we're lucky we didn't go 2-0 down there. Your thoughts on that sequence, Bali?
I mean, another mistake by our center back, Alex Ring. You know, that's his position. That's where he wants to play, right?
I don't know if he wants to.
You
play
know, that's not where he wants to play. I'm playing, bro.
Okay.
I'm playing, bro. You know, it's another mistake, lack of concentration, like I said, and you know, Julio again. I mean, he comes up huge, but not Julio. You know, Brad Stuber.
Yeah.
You know,
Stuber,
because
yeah, Stuber.
and so I mean, it's just it's unfortunate, bro. You know, but I mean, that we have to learn from this, and I think after this, you know. I think it's fair that Joshua pulled Alex Ring out and put in Keller because, I mean, just too many mistakes.
There was a bit of an injury there, though.
I mean, but yeah.
There was an injury.
If he's injured, why even play then?
That's a really good point. Now, we don't even know if Alex Ring is good for the long run, if he should be out for the long run, or they just keep playing this guy. So, very interesting there. B, you have anything you want to add on to that sequence where we could have been 2-0 right there?
I mean, look, I think center back instincts is the head of that ball over the hole, like you said, bro. Stuber coming up with a great pass, Julio Cascante following up with a tackle. Instincts is just getting it over, getting out of the danger zone, concede the corner kick. You know, you don't want to put that ball back in the danger zone. Honestly, this should have been 2, bro. This should have been 2-0 at this point. But shouts out to Stuber and Cascante to keep it a 1-0. But look, with the Alex Ring situation, like when in the beginning of the season, when we needed a center back to step up, and it was Alex Ring, we all were impressed with his ability to step in that role, bro. But we're getting to a point in the season where maybe he's kind of just fed up with it, and maybe instincts need to be, you know, his instincts aren't there. It's not the same Alex Ring as center back that we saw in the beginning of the season, bro. And I think he's getting tired of it.
And honestly, if you know how to read between the lines, if you know how to look for tweets or whatever, you can find a lot of the people in Alex Ring's camp that follow either his Instagram or his Twitter. I don't know if he has a Twitter, but there's been people in his camp that have liked tweets saying, you know, highlighting how Alex Ring doesn't want to play there, how he's not happy, how he got taken out of his spot for the coach's son. So if you know how to look for that info, you can find it. And I kind of agree with you there, B. I mean, I don't think Alex Ring wants to be center back anymore. And just by judging by maybe a bit of the effort in this game, maybe a bit of his body language, I don't think this guy wants to be center back anymore, bro.
But the thing is we have an option whether we want to have cold-hearted faith on Kip that he came back from that mistake and he can step up, or he's going to have to keep trying to play that center back position, bro. That's all we got, you know. And it's fair to him. We're not, you know, it sucks because we see Alex Ring playing in that position and he's doing things that we don't want him, like putting the ball back in the danger zone where he could have headed it over the goal. All these little things that a center back should do when we know he's not a center back. And those aren't his instincts. So we kind of want to harp on that, like, damn, why Alex Ring, why are you doing this? Even though he's probably like, dude, I'm a midfielder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a tough position, man. We need a center back, bro. We need a natural center back, and we have Kip Keller, who came on and he did decent, I guess. But I guess the question falls on Wolf. Do you want to trust on Kip Keller, or do you want to keep having unhappy, I guess you could say, Alex Ring in that position? Interesting
there, mate. Very interesting. Now, let's go on to one of the next highlights that we have. Oh, before I go into the next highlight real quick, I want to mention how one of the big journalists in MLS, Mr. Tom Bogert, he came out with a tweet and he said how he's not a fan of Alex Ring at center back and how he really needs to be put back into the 8. And it's like, bro, I mean, have you even been paying attention to the team this season? Like, Alex Ring is not there by choice.
Yeah. We
don't have him there because we think he's a better center back than the number 8 or the number 6 that he is. We're putting him there because we're in a shit situation center back wise, defensive wise. You know, we haven't been confident in our back line maybe this whole season, I guess you could say.
Bro.
So
ever since Julio fell down in that first game, I think.
It just kind of goes to show that even the best journalists in MLS, they can't keep up with every team. So, it is what it is. The next highlight, which was minute 50, our goal, Nick Lima. After a Drusi shot that gets a bit of a ricochet, a bit of a lucky bounce off of the Inter Miami defender who maybe put his hand in the way, but it was kind of close to his body.
It was
close to his body, tucked in. The ball lands to Nick Lima. Nick Lima does absolutely amazing with his shot. It really reminded me of Rodri's goal in the Champions League final.
Yeah, it does.
Really reminded me of it. Except Man City kind of engineered that play, and this one was kind of a lucky bounce for us. A little bit of a difference there, right?
Yeah.
But Nick Lima gets his first goal for Austin FC. His family was there in Miami, his wife, his baby. So you know that this was a very special moment for him. Nick Lima getting the goal. Bali, what was your thoughts on Nick Lima tying it up?
I mean, beautiful goal, you know, and a tough angle to score. But, I mean, he what a finish by Nick. You know, I think the shot by Drusi was also a great shot. I think if the defender doesn't get in the way, he gets a nice shot on target. But, I mean, what a finish by Nick, bro. And excited for his first goal of the season with the.
Well, is it his first goal for Austin or?
I think I think he scored like
First goal
season
for
one,
Austin? No, I don't think he ever
No?
scored for Austin. No, I think
Maybe-
this is his
maybe-
first goal for Austin
Maybe it
FC.
is his first goal.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Well, I mean, Drusi
Happy for him.
cooking, dude. He got that defender off of him that gives him enough space to get the shot off.
Yep.
So shouts to Drusi on that. But you know what a nice placement by Nick Lima to get that goal. Bro.
yeah, very
Yeah.
nice goal by Mr. Nick Lima
Yeah.
getting that goal. And it makes it 1-1.
Yeah.
Now, probably one of the guys that you would look at to not have a goal for Austin FC. He's a great defensive presence. He does attack as a fullback. But, I mean, I didn't think Nick Lima was going to get a goal here tonight. I was looking at Diego Fagundes. I was looking at Drusi tonight. Maybe Zardes to keep it going. You know, he's in a great form. But Nick Lima, maybe, you know, I guess not all heroes wear capes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Nick Lima, though. Moving on, boys, with the highlights. I wanted to bring this one up because it was a really big talking point. You guys already touched up on it a little bit. Minute 80, Kip Keller has a mistake that almost leads to Miami's second, but it goes over the bar, thankfully for us. Now, a lot of fans were coming out and saying how this is the reason why we should go after a center back, that Kip Keller's not ready. I wanted to make a example out of this situation, and I wanted to give Kip Keller, I guess, not praise. I'm not giving him praise for a mistake, never that. But I want to build him up. I don't want to tear him down, because we were even talking about it off air. We were saying how that mistake versus St. Louis, mentally, it really got to him, and he's a very young kid. Just got out of college, one of the top-rated prospects in the nation when he was coming out of college, and that's one of the reasons why we picked him up. Mentally, obviously, he took a big blow. If we were to tear him down after this mistake, imagine what that would do to his confidence moving forward. It was a big mistake, definitely, but what were y'all's thoughts be? I'm starting off with you when you saw Kip Keller.
Look, bro. I mean, look. If to be fair, he owned up to it right away. He's like, "Oh shit, I fucked up." His decision to go for the ball was the correct decision, bro.
Yes, was the correct decision.
So he made the correct decision to go for the ball. He just doesn't catch it nice, and it goes through. It could have cost us the game, which would have made this a lot worse than it is. And he owns up to it right away. But look, you know, other than Alex Ring playing in this position, out of position as a midfielder center back, we talked about earlier, he's gonna be our second choice, bro. Third choice.
With Leo coming back, third choice.
Okay.
Well, without Leo.
Without Leo. Leo's out. Radovanovic is gone. Amro Tarek is a ghost. So this is, I mean, it's unfortunate because this is our option, bro. Like, you know, to the Todd Bogert tweet that you said, I'm not a fan of Alex Ring. Neither are we, bro.
Nobody is.
And this is our alternative. And like you said, he's a young prospect, draft pick. We want to keep developing this player, you know. So the only way to do that is to keep him in it. So, man, after all this game, depending on the severity of Alex Ring's injury, if he's not able to play, bro, I mean, you're looking at maybe Nick Lima or Kip Keller starting next game, bro.
Nicky at center back, I'm tired of that.
I'm tired of that. Honestly.
I'm tired of
Me
that.
too.
Shout out my
it would be
Shout
Kip
out
Keller
Nick,
then.
shout out
It would be Kip
It
Keller.
would be Kip Keller,
then.
or we could even mention Tarek, who has more
Bro,
selfies
Tarek, come on, bro.
than minutes. So,
I mean, why is that guy even here? Let's be real.
interesting there, mate. Now, the game did end 1-1. A lot of fans were upset on the space last night. I asked if the humidity played a part. Verde hasta la muerte. He was like, how? If we're hot in Texas, it's hot in Florida. The weather's a little bit different, though. We got to be real. It's a bit dry here in Texas. It's very humid in Florida. I'm just being real.
Excuses.
I'm just being real with
You're
it,
always
bro.
with the excuses.
I'm
man.
just
It's
being
not-
real
it's
with
not
it.
new, bro. You always have excuses for this team, bro.
All
Always.
right.
It's not new, man.
All right.
It's hot, bro.
not
It's
new.
hot as
It's
hot.
hot.
It's
It's
hot
hot.
as hot.
Yeah,
It's hot.
it's hot here too. Yeah.
All right. We talked about the goals, 1-1. Now, we can move on to the next topic, which is the player performances and the lineup talk. I want to start off with, obviously, Austin FC. But before, I have a quote on Wolf. This is on Kip Keller subbing in for Alex Ring. Kind of ties into what we were just talking about. Quote, it says, "It was more sudden than anything planned. So he'd been good all week. leading up to it. The expectation was he'd go 60 plus and we'd see how he feels, talking about Alex. But I thought Kip did a decent job coming in. You got to stay calm with the ball. Some of his decision-making, competing and dueling, knowing that you have three different types of strikers, guys that want space, guys that want contact. From him is just that learning curve. He still gets educated on personnel and continues to develop some of the principles that we defended with. I'm pleased he came in, and obviously he did a good job. Didn't give up any goals once he came in and filled in for Alex, who Alex Ring was subbed off apparently for an injury and minute 53. Now, we have the lineup here on screen. I want to get y'all's thoughts. Obviously, not many changes from the recent games that we've been having. The only real changes, Rado out. We saw that his loan ended and he departed back for Belgium with his wife. But really, a lot of the same guys. Nick Lima in the back, Julio Cascante, Alex Ring, as we said, subbed off for injury, John Gallagher. In the midfield, we had Owen Wolf, Danny Pereira with similar games, 6.5, 6.9s. And in the attack, we had Ethan Finley, who is still starting over Emi Rigoni. That's 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Interesting there. We're going to talk about that. Sebastian Driussi in the middle, who B said was the best player on the field last night versus Inter Miami. He finishes with a 7.0 rating. Diego Fagundes with a 6.6. Now, Football Critic was extremely critical of Diego Fagundes last night in the space, saying that he didn't seem like he was trying, saying that he looked lazy, saying that he looked like El Niño Torres at Chelsea, bro.
Oh,
That's massive criticism for Football Critic.
El
That's
Niño
harsh.
Torres
That's
at Chelsea
harsh.
scored that game against Barca that sent him to the final. So.
Oh, I think Football Critic's a Barca fan.
Oh,
I think that's where it's coming from.
Really?
I think so. But yeah, and in the forward position, we had Jazzy Zardes, who is in good form coming into this game, was in good form coming into this game, scoring goals, historic goals, making historic appearances in the league. So I want to ask y'all, starting off with you, Bali, what was your thoughts on the 11 that was fielded versus Inter Miami, and was this team good enough to get 3 points away from home?
I mean, I think this is our starting our best 11. Right here. I think then when Leo comes back, I think Alex Ring will go back to the bench, and I think Leo will take that center back position. But I mean, this is our best lineup right here, and I think this team was good enough to perform. This team should have performed better in Miami, but I mean, we didn't, and we struggled, and we looked at our bench for support, and it just didn't happen.
Interesting.
Did you just kiss me?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was like, who's that?
Kisses on the forehead. Kisses on the forehead.
Yeah.
Kisses on the forehead. Now, Bali made his points.
No, man.
He was saying that this is the best team. What were your thoughts?
This is what we got, bro.
Yep.
This is what we got. This is what we could offer. I agree with Bali 100%. Leo comes back, slots in for Ring. When Julio was getting healthy again, remember that time when Julio was getting healthy again, and we were gonna relieve Ring of his center back duties, but then Juicy gets hurt.
Yeah.
So then we go to a back 3. No, Alex Ring, you're gonna stay in that center back position.
Then we had the back
and
5.
Then, and then Juicy comes back. Leo gets hurt. So Ring, nope, you're still gonna have to be in that center back position. So this is what we got, bro. This is our lineup. This is what we got. Slot in Rigoni for Diego, maybe if he's not of form. Slot in Rigoni for Philly, maybe he's out of form. Maybe if Jesse Sardes he has a couple games not doing much, then maybe give Maxi a shot. But this is what we got, bro.
Yeah. Now, on the substitutions here, Primo's pulling them up for us. We had Kip Keller, who we mentioned here in a couple moments ago. He comes in minute 53 for Alex Ring. Adam Lunkovic, minute 63. He replaces Ethan Finley. Emiliano Rigoni gets his minutes. He comes on for Diego Fagundes. Joan Valencia comes in for Owen Wolf. And Maximiliano Urruti comes in at minute 81 for Jazzy Zardes. Now, I want to touch up on Nick Lima real quick because, weirdly enough, he got a lot of hate last night on the Twitter space. There was some fans saying that he's not a starting caliber right back. They were saying that he's just not good enough.
A lot of people, or just one
there
or two?
There were some people.
There was a couple. I was
There were
shocked.
some people.
I was
That's
shocked.
weird.
I was
Yeah.
shocked. I'm not gonna lie. Now I have a quote here from Wolf on Lima, and maybe this kind of ties in to what's going on with Lima or what some people are seeing in Nick Lima. Wolf goes on to say, "I think he's got that bit of a baby bump. He's welcoming a new baby. I think he's performing extremely well, and I think it's evident in his play. He certainly looked more comfortable. He certainly contributed in offensive ways, but his defending, and I think of over the last 4 or 5 games, how strong he's been in his dueling, but also just his orientation around the field, and obviously when he can contribute with goals, it's quite good." Why do I bring that quote up? Why did I put it in the notes? Why is it important to me? Nick Lima also comes out and saying how the new baby has messed with his sleeping schedule. He said that his wife has taken a lot of the workload, yes, but Nick has also had to contribute there taking care of a baby. I don't have children. I know you don't have children, at least to my knowledge.
You got
okay,
all right.
At least to my knowledge.
I am real soon. I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay.
Oh
I know being primo don't have children, but the dads that keep up with Austin FC, they have mentioned how when a new baby arrives into your life, your sleeping schedule is out of whack, right? And for you to be a professional soccer player, for you to be 100% at all times, your sleeping schedule has to be locked down to a key. You know what I'm saying? Locked down to a T almost, right? Mm-hmm. So do you think that this is something that is hurting Nick Lima, or why some fans are kind of calling him out on his performances? Is the baby bump something that's affecting Nick?
Sure, bro. Sure. Yeah. I think that could possibly affect his fitness, his ability. But despite that, he got a goal for us. Not only that, a goal where we got on the road, we got a point.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know why fans are too harping on Nick Lima too much, bro.
I was confused.
I'm confused on that too. But look, sure, that excuse that Wolf made, I mean, I understandable. Everybody needs their sleep. So I guess if we're reaching, sure, it is what it is. But overall, I think he had a decent game.
I think so too, bro. I think he's one of our best defensive players.
Yeah,
honestly.
I agree.
I think our fullbacks are locked in, bro. I think John Gallagher and Nick Lima are locked in as far as our starting fullbacks.
And John Gallagher ain't even a fullback. He's a converted fullback.
Yeah, he's whatever we need him to be, brother.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
Bali, you're saying that I come up with excuses, all this BS. Is this a good excuse for Nick Lima, maybe, as to why fans are coming out and criticizing him? The new baby throwing his whole life out of whack right now, but of course it's a beautiful gift, right?
Yes.
But the new baby could be messing with his sleeping schedule. I mean, try going to work on 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep. It's tough. Go ahead.
No, I mean, yeah, having a new kid is definitely going to be a struggle. You have to get used to it. And I understand for Nick. Actually, I have no complaints about Nick Lima. I know I've said a couple stuff about him before in the past couple seasons. I remember season 1, I was after him. I was coming after him. But he's actually played very, very good for us.
He's been crucial for us.
He's been very, very good for us. The guy's. I don't recall the guy ever being injured for us. I mean, let's be real.
No, he had an injury.
I think a little bit. I think some, very few.
He's played a lot for us, and he's helped us a lot, and I'm very, very happy for Nick. Now it's just looking for competition for Nick. Go get yourself another right back that could, just healthy competition. Maybe somebody that can help him fight for their spot.
Another guy that I want to talk about real quick, boys, is Julio Cascante. Other than Brad Stuver, Brad Stuver finishing with the 7.7 according to the SofaScore match ratings. Cascante finished with the highest match rating for an outfield player for us. He received a little bit of slack on the space last night, but fans also came out and criticized him. Marcos came out and he said, I don't want to hear no Julio slander, because he did have that mistake. You can credit to him, I guess you could say, but we also have to bring up his the good things that he has done in matches like this. He hits the post. Nobody's talking about that. He is the center back in the league with the highest goal contributions. He has the most assists for us in this club. He makes some last-minute goal-saving tackles to save maybe the second and third goals for Inter Miami, but yet he still gets criticism from some of his own fans. We've mentioned it before that Julio Cascante has 1 or 2 mistakes in him every 5 or 6 games. So why are fans surprised that Julio Cascante, messed up this one little thing? But they're very easy. They're very, it seems like it's very easy to forget the good things that he does, and people like to bring out the bad stuff around Julio. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, a lot of our fans, they like to microanalyze. They like to witness. They like to microanalyze. They like to just put on blinders, bro. You know what I mean? Just put on blinders and just look at what's happening at the moment. And look, I'm not telling anybody how to be a fan, but it is what it is. Understandable. Julio could have done better, but then you think about it, man. He's been playing next to Radovanovic, and we've had clean sheets, and he maybe the workload is not too much on him. Now he's got Alex Ring, who is clearly he's not that fit.
You made a good point.
He's not healthy, so he's having to do a little extra more than that. Then you got Kip Keller in, a young player who needs to be led a little bit. So a lot of that stuff kind of falls on him in an important game. So it is what it is.
You made a good point last part, B. Remember whenever you said Julio has always been there while we've had guys come in and out, and out, and Julio Cascante, I kind of feel bad for him because he always has to change partners.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This game coming in, you could tell that the chemistry was off. The last 2 games, who did he have next to him? Rado. We
Radovanovic.
kept 2 clean sheets.
And then, when he was playing next to Leo, too, it's a different vibe. I'm sure it's his job. He has to do a job, whether who's next to him or not. The season moves forward. The season doesn't stop just because he doesn't have a partner. So it is what it is. But, a lot of praise for Julio. He got a new contract. And I think to me, I think he showed his worth a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
And so I think that, once we get him a good center back pairing that he can finally build some chemistry with, I think he's going to come through for us. And this game, he had a couple saves. And that mistake with Wolf, so be it. But at the end of the day, I think he did a decent job, bro.
100%. Now, I do want to make this point real quick on Cascante before we talk about Juicy just a little bit. Julio Cascante is clearly not the best center back in this league. I'm not trying to paint him out to be some kind of Nemanja Vidic or some Sergio Ramos in 2013. But in the squad that we have right now, he is crucial in the center back position.
Yeah.
Insanely crucial.
Yeah.
If he were to go down again,
It's over.
season is over now.
Yeah,
season would be over.
If
Like this
we got
guy is
Leo
saying.
and Julio out, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
season's done.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I think we need to watch out. We really need to remember the things that some of these players do that are good for us instead of just bringing up the bad things right off the bat.
But
over here.
there's it's our fan culture right now in Austin. It's just that there's a lot of people making content, a lot of podcasts out there, a lot of microanalyzing, and it is what it is. Every game you're gonna get something negative. Every game you're gonna find something positive. And for this game, microanalyzing that mistake that led to the goal is something that a lot of fans are talking about. Same thing with Nick Lima. So at the end of the day, bro, we get a point away on the road. I know Miami is a shitty team. I know we could have got the 3 points, but the way that the game turned out, I'm kind of happy with the point, bro.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Now, it's important to know Jorge Iturralde from Club Deportes. He kind of gave Wolf some positivity there, and Wolf didn't know how to handle it.
I saw that.
He was shocked. He was like, George, we don't get that from you. Like, what the heck? And George was like, George shared the same mindset as you. He's like, you know what? 1 point today is not that bad.
Yeah, bro. And I agree with George. I agree with some of the fans that jump on the space and saying, look, man, this is a point on the road at Miami. We usually, like I said earlier, I don't know if I said earlier, but we usually lose to the bottom of the teams, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got a point away, and I think it's a good point. I think it is what it is. I think Stuber came up for us big. So I'll take the point. I'm happy with the point.
Real quick, touching up on Sebastian Driussi, he finishes the game with the 7.0. The highlight of his match, though, was it that Rabona pass? I mean, we came up with a little reel,
it was a
cooked it
pass.
up.
What a
I think it's like 15,000 plays right now on
what a pass,
Instagram. Hopefully, Driussi sees it. But your thoughts, Bali, on that that wonderful pass by Driussi Dior?
I mean, it was a beautiful pass, and he's done this before. I think you remember in
Against
LA,
LAFC,
yeah.
which was another beautiful. I mean, it's just he has this in his locker.
He's saucy.
And
The only thing that was different, though, with the LAFC pass is that Diego actually finished that one.
Yeah, he did. And this
Diego,
one,
Diego didn't finish this one, bro.
He should have, bro.
He
I think
should've.
he took just a little bit, just one too many touches.
So maybe that's why Football Critic was so critical.
And I agree. I mean, he should have
Dieguito.
finished that. It would have been it would have been goal of the week for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Assist of the season,
maybe goal of
probably.
the season, bro.
Yeah,
100%.
assist of the season for
Yeah.
sure.
100%.
Because he's a smooth operator.
Smooth operator. My bad, my voice cracked there a little bit. I couldn't hit the note. I couldn't hit it. Smooth operator.
Oh,
Is that better?
yeah,
Is that better?
Oh shit! Oh
Hey,
shit!
TikTok.
Oh, look,
Hit
there's
me
the
up.
video. Look.
TikTok, hit me up. There it is right
You like
there.
the little stars I put on there, bro? Yeah,
Yeah,
the little sparkles I put on there, bro.
Hey. And then there goes Diego, and then he misses.
And then I cut that shit
What I
off.
tell you?
And then
What
I
I
cut
tell
that
you?
shit off.
I told you last night. I was like, bro, hey, good job on cutting Diego's finish because it was not good.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Diego finishing with a 6.6. Sebastian Driussi with a 7.0. Ethan Finley with a 6.3. Can we spend 1 minute on Ethan Finley's last 3 games, though?
Yeah.
He's benched
Bro.
Emiliano Rigoni, which
Rightfully so.
it's really sad to say this. I've been one of the biggest Rigoni stands
So
this
have
season,
I, bro.
along with
So
B.
have I,
I know
yeah.
a lot of Austin FC fans out there have also wanted him to work out. We want him to work out, right? But the reality is, the numbers don't lie. Ethan Finley is putting better numbers, better minutes when he's on the field.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's really sad for me as a Rigoni stan to see one of my favorite players in Austin FC be reduced to 10-minute performances, 20-minute performances. And even then, when he's been coming onto the field, he gives us nothing.
And
It gives us nothing, bro.
Oh, USA just scored.
Goal USA.
But you know another thing, bro, is okay, look, Ethan Finley comes away with this game. That's 2 for Ferreira. Dang, he's about to tie Donovan's record with
Pirates of
one
the
more,
Caribbean. Jesus Ferreira.
Jesus
Okay,
Ferreira.
keep going, bro.
But yeah, look, bro, we came away from this Miami game. And Finley didn't get a goal and assist. So
Yeah.
we're like, damn, Finley didn't get a goal and assist. We're like, fuck, all right. Had Rigoni started and he hadn't got a goal or assist, would have been like, yeah, it's
regular stuff.
So, I think that says a lot, But look, like you said, H, me and you have been a very, very supportive fan of this guy. And I came out last podcast, if y'all remember, and said, I think I'm done with this guy, and we'll get to the Rodolfo news after.
It's up next.
Yeah, it's up next. So I got a little take on that as well.
All right, Bali, anything you want to add on Emmy? Primo, I'm gonna get your take here too.
I mean, I want to see those Austin FC players, their faces, now, when they see that their buddy isn't starting with them. What is
It's
it?
sad, bro. Honestly,
Sad, right? It's sad,
I mean,
right?
he's on.
I'm glad that you're sad. Honestly,
He's on. You glad I'm sad?
I'm glad that you're sad and whoever's upset about
Bro,
it.
what
also.
if it's us three, bro? What if it's us three and I'm not performing, bro? I'm Regona, you're Juicy Way.
I'll
That's
be
tough.
hurt.
That's tough.
I'd
Honestly,
be hurt.
honestly,
I'd be
okay.
hurt.
If
Yeah, pretend I'm I'm on the bench and I can't get in the squad and you're killing it, bro.
you're
Like,
Emmy,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Drusy,
and then
Maxi. This is what I would tell you,
Yeah.
Emmy. You're clearly not performing. What is going on? Is there something that I can do as a friend, as a man, as a teammate that can help you feel more comfortable? Is there something that's going on behind the scenes? Talk to me, bro.
Es que no puedo, boludo. No puedo.
Yeah.
No puedo.
It is-
boludo.
it-
No puedo
honestly,
meter
bro,
gol, boludo.
Maxi?
Yeah. Maxi, I'm chilling. This is my last season here. Y'all deal with it. Y'all deal with it. I'm here for the vibes. I'll be
The jokester.
I'll be at
77, rooftop.
I'll be at Sporting KC next season. I'll see y'all. I'll play y'all next season. That's what he's thinking. Maxi in his head.
Primo,
That's the truth.
Primo, can you maybe level it out just a little bit? I mean, okay, so if B's Emmy, I'm Drusy, we got Maxi here. Where does that leave Primo? Is he Ethan Finley? Yeah, you know what? Perfect. Ethan Finley.
Ethan.
Primo.
Ethan.
What do
You
you
fuck with us then,
what do you
probably.
say? What do you say to the guy who you're most likely gonna take his job?
Hey man, sorry buddy, you just not performing.
Sorry, buddy. Do
Sorry,
better.
buddy.
Sorry
Do
buddy.
better.
Do
Sorry,
better.
buddy. Nah,
Do,
but
Tough.
2 millones al año.
if I was Emiliano
2
Rigoni,
millones.
I would be shaking in my
Yeah,
boots
bro,
right
you
now,
know, I-
bro.
Yeah.
I'll be shaking in my boots because there's a big man coming, big name coming into the club.
Okay, you know what?
Ooh.
Perfect transition there. Perfect transition.
Ooh.
Let's get into the next
Rodolfo,
topic. Let's get into the
Rodi.
next topic. Rodolfo
Rodo.
Borrell.
Rodolfo.
Mi bebé, my baby.
Brand new
What?
signing.
I love that guy, bro.
Yeah.
I love him.
Brand new signing
Just
for
met
Austin FC. Sporting director from the heavens.
Yeah.
From the toppest, from the tippy toppest level of football. He comes to Austin FC. Some fans didn't believe it when the Fabrizio Romano tweet was put out. Some Austin FC journalists were saying if this is official or not. I was saying, yo, Fab tweeted it, bro. I mean, might as well be here if
Yeah.
Fab already said it. Like this guy doesn't miss.
Yeah.
And what happens? He signs. Austin FC drops a beautiful video where Rodo, highlights the Austin FC stadium, the fans, the project, and how Anthony Precourt, had a lot of to do with him coming to the club. I have some quotes here, and this is Wolf on Rodolfo Borrell. Wolf goes on to say, "It'd be good to have an outside view and a new set of eyes to look at how we've been." Well, my printer cut that off.
Whoa.
Let's see. It'd be good to have an outside view and a new set of eyes to look at what we've been doing. We do, and even some of our needs that maybe we're not totally thinking about. I look forward to him getting here and having more conversations and obviously working in a constructive way for the roster, but also in the way that we play and continue to improve. The quote continues, "I think we're all excited about the hiring of Rodolfo. I know Anthony Precourt put a lot of time and effort into finding certainly different candidates that had different profiles. He made a decision that now allows us to move forward. I think as a staff, as an organization, I think you're excited by certainly the person that's coming in, by his pedigree, the environment that he's been in, the impact he's had on a number of players in different organizations around the world, big organizations with big players. It doesn't hurt to be at one of the biggest clubs with the best manager of all time." Talking about Man City and Pep Guardiola. This is Phil West's words from the Striker article that he dropped on Wolf and Borrell, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Phil goes on to say, "One of the most fascinating subplots at this point of the season will be seeing how Borrell and Wolf relationships evolves. They appear to be strangers and now new coworkers. and will be learning what makes the other tick as they attempt to close deals. Wolf intimates are in the works, and Commerce the quest for others. But now that Borrell is bringing his Rolodex, and given how far back he goes, he may have an actual physical Rolodex to Austin. And that's Phil West on Rodolfo Borrell, kind of highlighting how they haven't really spoke. They don't really know each other yet. So I want to get y'all's thoughts before we get into some of the other key topics on this point. B, what did Borrell signing to Austin FC mean to you, brother?
You know, I think this is Austin's biggest ever signing, bro.
Interesting.
I saw a Football Critic tweet that, and I resonated with that, bro. I agree with that. I think this is Austin's biggest ever signing, bro. I think this signing is bigger than Drusy. I think this signing is a almost like a fresh start. Like, you know, when you want to build a house, you gotta get the foundation first, and I think this is that foundation, bro. I think this is that first layer you need. You know, I called it a couple pods ago, whether it was last pod. You need AP needs to be looking at hiring a sporting director first. You know, a lot of fans that don't really know what's going on. Wolf out, Wolf out, Wolf out. Hashtag Wolf out. Oh, get this guy out. You're looking at the wrong thing, brother. Let's get a sporting director in first, and that's what I was harping on. I even said, hey, let's start a hashtag, where's our sporting director? And shout out to the homie. One person actually tweeted that. You know, listen to the pod. I forgot who, but they tweeted that. And guess what AP does? He gets a sporting director. Not only does he get one, but he gets one from essentially probably the best club in the world right now. You know, coming off a treble. You know, Manchester City next to Pep Guardiola's highest rated assistant. So a lot of hype around this guy. You know, especially from where he comes from. So a lot of fans are happy. I'm happy as hell. You know, this is big news. This is the best signing I think Austin FC has made, and I'm excited to see how much work he can do. Wonder like Phil West's take. You know, the relationship with Wolf. I wonder how that's gonna pan out. But yeah, I mean, very, very excited. Very, very excited, bro.
Sorry. Now, Rodolfo Borrell, I have a quote here. He says, I've wanted to join MLS for a long time. Up until now, I thought it was not the moment. I believe right now is the moment. So this guy is ready to join MLS. He sees what kind of project we're trying to build. And we also got to note that there's a bit of a connection there between Borrell, the City Group, Claudio Reina. AP.
Bro, what a flex by AP.
We had to ask that question. Could Claudio Reina had something to do with this appointment of Borrell to Austin FC? Is this Claudio Reina's departing gift for Austin FC and Austin FC fans? Bali, I want your thoughts on that.
I mean, maybe it is, but I mean, what a gift if he did. You know, I mean, Rodolfo, I mean, just his experience. You know, he is a champion. You know, he's been winning trophies back to back. You know, he's been winning. He's coached Messi. You know, he's coached players like Fabregas. You know, I mean, he's a champion, bro. And just having him in our club now is just, I'm very, very excited for just our future, bro, because he's gonna
100%.
He's gonna bring in quality. He's gonna bring in young players. You know, our academy is gonna improve. Everything around Austin FC is gonna improve with this guy.
100%.
And I'm just very, very excited and very happy for it. You know,
His
honestly.
connections are insane, bro.
Yeah, it's insane.
His connections are insane.
Now, we held a Twitter space on Friday night just to talk about Borrell, and everybody came in and dropped their takes. Imani, a big Liverpool fan, she kind of laid it out how much he did with Liverpool and why he got that job at Man City, because it is important to know he started at Barca, then he went to Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. Primo has it up here.
Yes.
So he was at Barca Youth, where he was coaching the likes of Messi,
La
Fabregas,
Misa.
Piqué, all those guys,
La
right?
Misa, yeah.
After that, he gets called up to the Liverpool U18. He's the manager there. He does a good job. Then he gets promoted to, what was that, the Liverpool Reserves.
Yeah.
Another promotion makes him the Liverpool Academy manager. After that, where does he go? Man City, head of international relations and scouting.
And then
if you can scroll up.
He becomes a Man City's assistant manager.
Becomes Man City's assistant manager and Pep Guardiola's top assistant. Not only just assistant manager, his top assistant.
And now
he's Austin FC sporting director.
Man, look at that ladder, mate.
That's awesome.
Look
It's
at that
amazing.
ladder, mate.
It's almost like, can somebody pinch me? Like, is this really happening? Like, dude, I was kidding.
Oh, shit.
That's a figure of speech,
Hey,
brother.
Ferreira's about to score a hat trick. He's going to tie Donovan's record, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
He's got a penalty.
Well, he still got to make it.
He's still got to make it.
still gotta
He
make
got to
it.
make it.
He'll
so
make it.
We'll
He'll
see.
make it.
We'll see.
But going back to Rodolfo Borrell, a lot of fans were kind of asking themselves, yo, is this real? Is this really happening? And when he was announced, they were like, whoa, this is huge. Kind of going off of what you said, Bali. This is going to change our academy, which is already pretty good. this guy is going to influence the connections. He's going to bring us players that we didn't even think maybe one day could be playing for Austin FC. Are you surprised that he's here, bro? I mean, just last question on that.
I mean, yes, I am very surprised, but I give all credit to AP, Anthony Precourt, because he knew the assignment. He knew that what, I have to get a sporting director for this team, for my club.
He needs to fire the coach, bro.
And so now that he got a sporting director, now he's giving the job now to Rodolfo. Rodolfo now he has experience. Whatever he doesn't like, guess what? It's going to leave. So if that includes Josh Wolf, that includes Josh Wolf. If that includes players that are important for us, that includes players that are important for us.
100%.
Whatever the decision he makes, he's gonna make it. Don't be fooled. He was watching that Miami game.
Yeah.
Last night, and you think he was happy with that result? You think he was happy with the
point
performances?
on that, real quick point on that. We were talking about on the space last night how Tata Martino being in the building and all the signings around Inter Miami, how that could have influenced Inter Miami to be better. They are one of the worst teams in MLS right now, but you could get a bit of an energy boost. You can get a bit of a pressure boost. Tata Martino being in the building could have affected these players mentally and also in their ability football wise. And going off of the point you're saying, Rodolfo Borrell, watching that game last night, I mean, he probably saw a lot of things that could be changed in this squad. I'm sure that he's already done his homework on this team before that he signed, for sure, right?
Yeah,
so
had to have.
The same way that Tata Martino was watching over into Miami last night, Rodolfo Borrell was 100% probably watching that game. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I ask you the question now. Do you think he was happy with that result? Do you think he was happy with his performances?
Well, I mean,
no.
Hold on. Let me answer.
I'll answer for you. No.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me answer. Judging by where he comes from, the environments that he's been in, not good enough. I agree 100%. But he also needs to realize that MLS has way different rules than what he's coming from. I mean, he's coming from what, 80 sanctions?
He's coming from an empty checkbook.
He's coming from
a blank checkbook.
He's coming from $1.9 billion spent.
I think he knows that too. I think he knows the situation. For sure.
Especially being, especially being involved with Citigroup, being involved with the DC job back in 2020. Yeah. I'm sure he has this.
I'm sure he has his favorite lawyer too on speed dial.
Thomas J. Henry.
I'm pretty sure he has. I'm pretty sure he has the coach that he has in mind for us. Also, you don't.
Look, bro. If he wants to make a statement, bro. If he wants to make a statement right off the bat.
Pause on that. Pause. What should be Rodo's first order of business?
Oh, that's a different one.
Oof.
That's a different question. That's some stuff. But if he wants to make a statement, I think he finds a way to get Rigoni out of here, bro.
There is a buyout clause.
I think
is it really?
I think if that's like one of the first things he does, I think that's a statement. I think that tells the fans and says, if you're making $2 million a year and you're a DP player and this is all you produce, you're not good enough. And I think if he does something like that, I think that's a statement in my eyes, bro. And I think that's positive.
Now, everybody that listens to the Top Flight podcast and keeps up with We're Austin TV knows that I have antennas that are like Hubble telescopes almost. And they're like this. They're working all the time. All the time, right? Like I can reach Saturn almost, right? And they picked up they picked up a bit of a message, and apparently, the information that we got was that this summer was going to be quiet. It's not going to be a lot of movement. New sporting director coming in. He obviously has to integrate himself to everything going on. Sean Rubio is going to probably update him, brief him, and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're doing, and this is what we probably want to do. Rodolfo Borrell could have a whole different mindset and say, scrap that. I have a plan, and I want to execute in the winter. That's what the rumor is. That's what the signals are picking up. Could be a quiet summer. Would you be upset with that, or would you be okay with saving money? You did have a point in one of the recent podcasts where you're like, I don't trust Josh with any more money.
Yep.
So could this be kind of a, you know what? We're going to be chill in the summer. We're going to survive as much as we can. And in the winter, we're going to splash. Would you be okay with that scenario?
I will be 100% okay with that. I'm telling you, I'm ready. I'm ready. Whatever Rodolfo wants, I'm ready for it, bro. If he wants to scratch this whole thing and start off from scratch, hey, let's do it. I got my seatbelt. I got my seatbelt on. Hey, Rodolfo, I have my seatbelt on, Rodolfo, and I'm ready, bro. I'm ready for this roller coaster. Bro.
We got some gems, and Wolf and Danny.
Of course, yes, and those players, the most likely will stay. Will stay for us. They most likely will. But a lot of these players will have to leave. The Maxis, the Will Bruins, the Rigonis. The Rigonis. You know the
Amro Tadic.
the Tadics, you know the Komenic. What about is Valencia good enough for this team?
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
is Johan good enough? I mean, Rodney Redes. You know, it's a long list. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, I'm with it. You know, I think we should rebuild, bro, and I think that we should start fresh. I think that Rodolfo is here to just make us better. I think that at the end of the season, Rodolfo he'll tell Wolf, you know what, pack up your bags, time for you to go, and we'll rebuild the squad, let go of players that don't want to be here, and then we'll start off fresh. I think that's what I want.
The way that the MLS is established, bro, we can't just clean sweep and then bring in all these players.
Bro.
We're not, but
even in world football, it's easier to get rid of the manager.
Yes, of course. Yes, but some of these players will have to leave, bro. I mean,
You got to start from the what's costing you most money, bro. And I think at the top of that list, out of all the players, I think Rigon is the top player.
And it's no knock on Emmy. I'm tired of some.
It's kind of a knock.
Hold on, check this out. I'm tired of some Austin FC players saying, "Oh, that's negative." Or whatever. Bro, the fact of the matter is, this guy is on multiple millions of dollars, multiple millions of dollars a year, and he's not giving us anything.
He's got one goal.
This is coming from an Emmy stand.
I'm
backing Emmy, bro.
I was, bro, but I'm done, bro. I said it last pod.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
Look, he's not gonna recuperate. He hasn't showed us any sign that he could just burst into form now, bro. It's not like he's been hitting the post. It's not like he's been having hell of assists. He hasn't showed us any signs that he could burst. And you like, I agree with you, H. I was also had faith, but I'm at a point where I'm done, bro.
I agree. Now check this out. The only thing that we could look forward to with Emmy, before I read this tweet from Kevin Morris, is the fact that maybe this 3 games on the bench is a wake up call for him.
Yeah,
maybe.
We're reaching then. We're reaching then.
All right, bro. Okay, so check this out.
Yeah.
On the Rodolfo Borrell situation, we have a tweet here from Kevin Morris, at Soccer. Kevin Morris, a big name in the Twitter community, a Twitter pundit. Kevin Morris goes on to say, ATX could still make a real run with some robust roster management and signings in the summer window. But at this point, the more responsible move is probably to wait and give Borrell the chance to be able to fully leave his mark on the team in the winter. He follows up that tweet with another one that says, the biggest areas for improvement, in his honest opinion: buy down/buy out/sell 2 or 3 of our DPs, clean house with our U22 initiative players, sign a more complete striker, add midfield depth, and a CB. Do y'all agree with that?
I agree.
Sounds
I agree. Sounds about right.
Sounds perfect
sounds
to me.
About right.
I think Rigoni and Alex Ring are those DPs.
Well, I mean, yes,
Yep.
100%. And also, you know, we would love to do that all in one sweep.
That's
You know
my
what I
next question. How long would something like this take?
I hope that it happens
is not
quick, bro.
just-
And I said this on the space yesterday. You know, I'm sorry with the Mate con Bosch trio. We're gonna
Who
miss
cares?
it. And like I said, I could care less about the Mate con Bosch. I don't care about that stuff anymore.
Nah,
you know,
bro. You should be caring about the pitch,
I
mate.
care about this team, bro. So you know
It's
what?
fun though to
Maxi,
tune in. It's
yeah,
fun to
and
tune
I
in. You
don't
can't
care.
lie.
You know, I don't.
It's fun for
I
the
don't
fans,
care.
brother.
I don't care, man.
Some
you know,
fans.
Maxi, adios. Rigoni, adios.
It's difficult,
You know,
bro.
It's gonna be difficult, but it's
difficult.
tough.
We have to be ruthless. That's what you're saying.
And if somebody comes in for Danny with a good amount of money, and we need money right now,
15 mil. You taking it?
I'm taking it.
You're taking it?
I don't
taking
think.
it.
I honestly, I
taking
think somebody would come in with like 6-7 million.
Yeah, that's more reasonable.
I think Danny's contract is ending up soon too, so we got to make a move. We don't
This-
want to see him leave free.
I
But
hope
that's
that we resign him and give him a better contract.
You know, what's also makes me happy about Danny is you're saying that his contract is coming up. All this hard work that he's been putting in, man, since he's been here. This next contract that he's getting, he's going to get compensated well for his hard work.
Yeah.
And I think that is the beautiful part of the game, bro.
Yeah, it is. It is real difficult when you get picked up out of college. You get that
Yeah.
rookie kind of
Yeah,
contract. You're
yeah.
not getting paid that much. Whenever the numbers came out, a lot of people were saying, "Pay Danny, give Danny a
Well, I mean,
raise."
it's
It's coming.
It's
coming.
It's how it works, bro. Rookie
how it works.
contracts and all that
That's
stuff.
how it works. Now, before we end on the Roto topic, Primo, is there anything you want to add, mate? I mean, we haven't got your view. What do you think is going to happen moving forward with this guy?
I agree with a lot of things you guys have said so far. I think one of the main things is probably seeing who's gonna stay and who has to leave this club. It probably won't happen until the winter. I did pull up right here. The contracts are running out at the
thank
end
you.
of the
Yes,
year.
thank you.
So head of the
Ring.
list, we got Ring, we have Maxi Urruti, Adam Lunkovic, Finley, Sofian, Ro Bruin, and then these guys. I feel like
Kip Keller,
we have Kip Killer in there, Amro Tarek, Hector Jimenez,
Damian Las.
I think these guys will probably get some kind of.
Can you go up a little bit to the top?
Austin
All right,
FC.
The ones, hold on, the ones that are highlighted, they're the
Austin FC too.
FCito players
Yes, yes,
with
yeah.
first team
Yeah.
contracts.
Yeah.
So go ahead, B. Go ahead.
So Alex Ring.
Gone.
Let's do. Okay, hold on.
Gone.
I see what you're
You
gonna
think
do.
so? I think.
I
Okay,
see what you're gonna do. Hold on.
All right, let's go through it.
Keep or no? Is it sign?
Let go or
Resign-
keep
yeah.
or let him leave.
Keep or let go. All right. Starting off with Alex Ring. B.
Buy him down off DP. Keep.
Bobby?
Ruti buy. Adam buy. Finley keep.
Sophie?
Sofiane keep. Will
Bruin?
Bruin buy. Amro
Um,
Tarek should have been gone. That after that Violet game, they should have left him in Dominican Republic.
Oof.
Hector
He
Jimenez.
might have liked that though.
He might have liked
He
that.
might have liked
He might
that
have
though.
liked that, bro.
He might have liked that.
Hector Jimenez, I think, great, hell of a career. I think retirement is looming.
Three-time MLS champ, by the way.
And that's my takes on there.
Bali, I want to get your takes now. Starting off the top, Alex Ring.
Bye.
Buy, like you're gonna sign him or
No.
buy?
Bye. Adios.
Adios,
thank you for your
Alex.
service, Alex.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Maxi,
Thank you for your service. Adios.
Adam Lunkovic.
Thank you for your service. Adios.
Ethan Finley.
You
Careful.
know what?
You know how I feel about Ethan.
I would honestly, I would give him one more year.
I
Ethan
love
Finley.
that.
I think he deserves
okay.
that
One more year, too. I agree
All
with
right.
mine.
Sofiane, young player.
Thank you for your service. Time to go.
He's a young kid.
Thank you for your service. Time to go.
Oh
Nah,
my
I'd
God,
keep
okay.
Sofiane.
Thank you for your
All
service.
right,
Time
all
Bro,
to go.
just say you're
He
getting
did
rid of the
nothing. He
whole
did
thing.
nothing. He did nothing for us this season.
He's
He did
barely
nothing.
given
He's
a
injured. He's
shot.
injured now. He did nothing for. I'm sorry.
Oof, tough.
Will
All right.
Bruin. Will Bruin.
Will Bruin.
Adios. Time to go. Amro
Adios.
Tarek should have never been here. Hector Jimenez, I love you, my G. You're a great player. I wish we could keep you, but we're rebuilding now, bro. And I'm sad to say, but it most likely will be your last season.
All right. Go.
Also, keep in mind, Ring has an option for a 2-year.
Oh.
There's an option.
Oh
there.
yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Oh,
I think,
he's gone.
I think we buy him down. I think we
All right.
we trigger that option maybe.
My turn. Alex Ring, keep. I want to see him at that 8 spot. He was completely effed over this season.
Definitely buy him down for sure.
Maxi Urruti, thank you for your service. I can see you at Sporting Kansas City or maybe even back at FC Dallas or Dynamo.
Or you
Adam-
know what? Do the whole Texas tour and go to San Antonio FC.
San
you know?
Antonio,
I think that would be great.
Que
I think
Kuta style.
I think that would be good. I think honestly that would be good.
Who was next? Adam Lunkovic? I'd keep him, brother. I'd keep Lundy. Ethan Finley, give him another 5 years.
Oh my god.
Sofiane Jeffal,
Oh my god.
Sofiane Jeffal, keep. He's a young player. I think he's Danny style. He needs a little bit more development. I would keep him here, 100%.
Okay.
Will Bruin, an aging striker. He was probably only going to be here for 1 year from the get-go.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. That goal against Portland will be your legacy with Austin FC. Amro Tarek, I agree with you boys. He should have never been here. Hector Jimenez, interesting take. A bit different from both of you guys. I see him leaving the club as a player, transitioning into a coach.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would
think
like
so
to see
too.
him stay in this organization. I think his experience in the MLS, 3-time champion, and how he's been with other players. I think he's a really good voice in the locker room. I think he's a good guy to have on the training ground.
I agree.
I think Hector Jimenez should stay on the team, but as training staff.
Yeah, I agree.
Training staff moving forward.
Maybe with the Austin FC 2 team. Why
Maybe
not?
with the Austin FC
Yeah.
2 team. I'd like to see him build up from there.
Yep.
100%. Primo, is there anybody on the list?
I think that's it, right? Cuz?
That's it, right?
Yeah,
Everybody else
that's-
is FCito?
that's it.
Cito.
Primo, we got to get your take also,
That's
bro.
a good chunk. That's a good amount. That's a good chunk of players right there, bro.
Go ahead.
You know?
I'm gonna keep it simple. I'll keep Ring,
Okay.
Adam, and Finley. That's it.
Whoa. Okay.
Ring,
Keep Ring,
Adam, and Finley.
Lunkovic, and Finley. Finley, how many years you giving him? 5?
Finley, I'll give him like a 2-year.
Damn, really?
I'll give him a 1 year with
year
an option
max.
for another one.
I give him a
Yeah,
year.
1 year max on Finley.
One
How
year
much is
max.
Ethan Finley on? 850K? Right?
That's
Is
that's his
the
market
market
value.
Oh, it's market value. I
Oh,
was about to
that's
say,
your
ain't
guy.
no way Ethan
Nah.
Finley's at 850. Okay.
Damn,
That's,
Yeah,
sheesh.
bro.
I'll say Ethan.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
on 2 million, bro.
All right. Yeah, that's difficult. That's difficult.
That's difficult,
there,
right?
yeah,
That's
it is.
difficult, bro.
All right, boys. Well, we talked about the contracts that are ending. We talked about Rodo and how much this means for us. Just real quick, touching up on the games that we got coming up. Up next, we got Minnesota away and Vancouver away. It is important to note that Minnesota slapped Portland last night 4-1.
Slapped them silly.
We've done that to Portland, though, so I'm not really shooketh by it. I'm just concerned that we got to play them next, right?
Yeah, they're coming in hot.
I also want to point out that the dude that pistol whipped the kid in Argentina, Reynoso.
What?
This is facts.
Oh, yeah,
this
he
is
did.
fact.
He
This
not-
is
he
on
did,
record.
Is he
This,
is he
this
locked
on
up?
No,
Is
no,
he
no,
No,
no.
I-
He got cleared.
He got
he
cleared.
got
Yeah.
cleared as in he didn't do it?
Cleared as in he probably.
Maybe they're on trial or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
But
we
bro,
can look into that.
he was going off last season. He was on the All-Star
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Him and Drusi were buddy.
Yeah,
You know, they
yep.
were talking. So
And it
And
is
it's
important to
very
know.
serious
It
allegations.
is important to note that he's back.
yeah, he
He's
is
back with them, and they look better with him.
Some
Yeah.
shit like that would never fly here, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck.
no, no, no.
Hell no, hell no. That
So-
kid, he would be gone.
Moving
Yeah.
forward, we have Vancouver after that, which has been almost unbeatable at home. They've lost one game at home, which was the season opener, if I'm not mistaken. They're somebody that we have to play here soon. So, Brad made a really good point. My G. Brad, Verde Keeper Kid, he said that going into this little tour of 3 games away from home, he was going to be happy with 4 points, a win and a draw out of 3 games, which is pretty good.
I agree,
right?
bro. I agree.
The win was supposed to be last night. And the point, you could have picked it up in Vancouver or in Minnesota with 1 L to give. We could have gave that L up to Vancouver most likely, right? Do you agree with what Brad had to say in that 4 points would have been good in this little spell, but now it honestly got tougher?
Yeah, 4 points would have been great. I think I would have been down with that. But I agree with him. The 3 points should have came against Miami. And now we're trying to get a win at either Minnesota or Vancouver.
Tough places right
Tough
now.
places to go.
Especially,
It's gonna be tough,
especially
bro.
Minnesota, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And
tough.
no,
bro.
man, even Vancouver, man. It's gonna be tough for us to even pick
What if
anything
we get
up.
3 points? Would y'all be happy with 3 points?
We might get 1 point, B.
How do
It
we
might
get
just
three,
be
How do
one.
we get 3 points? We just draw every game? I don't think that's gonna happen, bro. I really don't think
it's
that's
gonna be
happen.
tough, man. It's gonna be very tough.
If we draw against Minnesota and we draw against Vancouver and we end this 3 road game on 3 points, it's gonna be kind of disappointing. But hey,
So I'm getting, I'm on Google right now, and I'm searching up Emmanuel Reynoso's situation, and it's just it's just a lot of the stuff that highlighting why he was suspended, not if he's cleared back to play. But if I'm not mistaken, he was playing with Minnesota last night. Let me actually pull up the official lineup. That way I'm not lying to you. But I'm sure.
Get him out of this league, bro.
Get
You don't
him out of
pistol
this
whip
league.
a kid. What is what?
Yeah, if he did
pistol
that,
whipped
bro,
a-
what is-
he pistol whipped
man.
a 16-year-old kid in
Oh,
Argentina.
get him out of this league, bro.
Yeah, that's
Send them back to Liga
that's not
MX
good.
where they're cool with that type of shit.
That's
Whoa.
not good, man.
Whoa! All right, I'm trying to pull up.
Line up. Go to the lineup, primo.
Oh, I'm on
Hey,
news.
he did.
That's
He
why.
scored too.
He
scored!
scored. He's back. What are we talking
Wait, he
about,
scored.
guys?
Wait, he scored 2
And
goals.
2 assists.
Go up, primo. Go up.
Wait, wait.
Go up, primo.
Oh, fucking hell, mate.
He scored twice, bro.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? I thought he pistol whip a kid.
This
Apparently
kid,
not.
he's
this
back.
kid, this guy pistol with Portland.
He's about to
He pistol with Portland.
Yeah, he did. He did.
God.
not
He
looking
did.
good on the Minnesota game. too,
He's
'cause-
back. He's on fire. Be
Yeah.
ready for it. It is
And then
what
we
it
got
is.
Vancouver. So score predictions. We'll start off with the Minnesota game. B, go ahead.
1-1.
Okay, I can see it. I can see that. I can see it. Primo, what are the odds for that game? If you can click on that fixture one more time on the Minnesota Austin, favoring Minnesota, right?
No, that's just the win probability.
Win probability. It favors Minnesota.
Yeah.
Bali, score prediction for the Minnesota match.
I mean, I think we'll lose, man. I think I see like a 2-0,
Hmm.
1-0.
Interesting.
Yeah, I see us going out with the defeat, bro. I think if we're gonna pick any points up, it's gonna be Vancouver.
Okay.
I think
Oof.
we have
Whoa,
a chance to.
what?
I think we have
Alright.
a chance to pick something up in Vancouver.
All right, Primo, bring us back to level terms. Give us a crazy take. Score prediction.
Score prediction. Damn. It's going to be tough because Minnesota's been doing good, bro.
Yeah.
Minnesota's been in a little bit of a hot streak.
I'll
So
bring
yeah.
up the stats. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
going
ahead,
to
Primo.
say 1-0. I think we lose this.
We lose this?
Yeah, I think Minnesota's beating us 1-0.
Interesting there. Minnesota. I'm bringing up the standings. They're in the East, right? No. They're in the West.
They're in the West.
Yeah,
They're in the West. They're in the West. I'm fine in the West. All right, Minnesota with 24 points. They're in 11th place. Austin FC in 8th with 26. So if they beat us, they jump us. They pistol whip us. Straight
But
up.
they got 19 games played, bro. That's the thing. you
Yeah,
know?
it's true. That's true.
So they got 2 games in hand to us. If they beat us, they still got 2 games.
Okay. Now,
No, 1 game. 1 game.
we're looking at Vancouver now. I think we got to shift over to the East for them. Vancouver. Damn, where?
No,
they're right there.
Vancouver's
They're in the
the
West,
West,
bro.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
tripping.
bro.
I'm
Yeah.
tripping.
They're in our conference, bro.
Vancouver, where they at? Vancouver in 9th, right underneath us, bro.
Yeah.
Right underneath
These
our
are-
noses.
These are crucial games.
Yeah.
Crucial games, right? And it sucks because let's say we lose both of these games, bro.
Bro, we're gonna be scrapping for that
It's,
ninth.
it's
And
okay,
it's a big
bro.
possibility
It's
that
okay,
we could
man.
lose
it's
these
okay.
Scrapping for that ninth, brother.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
Is that
It's
that's
okay if
not
we lose
okay?
this game.
It's not okay.
okay.
That's
if
not
we lose
okay.
this game.
not
It's
That's
okay
not
if we lose this
okay.
game.
How is that okay?
Primo,
You know, it's all right, man.
who do we see
It's done
after
already.
Vancouver?
It's done.
After the away matches?
I honestly just want the season to be over
Kansas.
already.
Bro, what?
I honestly just want this to be over
Bro,
already.
what's wrong with you?
And
Bro?
if you tell me, you know what, Bali, no playoff, season's over, give me that right now. I'll take that right now.
Now, we do come back home versus Sporting Kansas City Saturday, July 15th. I got a family party that day, so I won't be at Q2 Stadium that night. We got a banda and everything.
What?
It's going to be lit. I'm getting lit that night.
Like,
so.
I'm going, so I guess I'm not going either.
No, I need you to do fan reactions, brother.
All right.
I'll pay you
All right.
1,000.
Sounds good.
God
Add
damn,
it, just
man.
add it to the bonus. So
1,000 rupees.
1,000 rupees.
Just add it,
1,000
add it
rupees.
to the bonus in the
All right, yo. My score prediction real quick for the Vancouver game. I see them beating us. They've been a very tough team to beat at home. I don't see us being that team to do it. On the road, we haven't been the best. Versus Minnesota, that's the bit of hope. That's the bit of possibility. Drusy versus Reynoso. Drusy, can he spark us? Can he inspire us to a win? We're gonna see. Now with Rodo in here now, the boys have to be playing for their jobs. So hopefully they're like, you know what, Rodo's here. I gotta kick it up a notch. We could see a surprise result versus Minnesota, but against Vancouver, I just don't see anything for us there. Unfortunately. Anything else we want to add on to the score prediction, boys?
Nah.
We're good.
I mean, I'll be praying for the team, bro. I hope that we pick up something.
Okay.
I'll take a point, but
All right.
it'll be tough.
Now, last but not least, y'all, just real quick, we're going to end the pod with the Musa rumors that have been surfacing right now in the Austin FC fan community. It's tough to put a timeline on the stuff that's been surfacing for Musa. The only thing that I can see of maybe being able to tell when these videos were taken, when these photos were taken, is Musa's hairstyle. Musa looked to have a bit of a different hairstyle in the videos that were sent to us. We got some exclusive videos that were sent to us. You won't be able to find them on his page, on his trainer's page, or on his buddy's page. Somebody sent us some videos that are like, hey, I see you're talking about Musa. Look at these videos of him.
Hit
So
me up.
So we're like, all right, cool,
Cash App,
Musa,
$5.
update for Musa, right? Now, we did have some people come out and saying, hey, why are you guys trying to push this campaign? Why are you guys trying to make Musa seem like he's the
George
next
said
big
that.
thing? And I'm just like, bro, I'm sorry I'm doing your job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
and doing it better.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ouch.
no this though. But I was just like, what do you mean a campaign, bro? I'm just trying to keep everybody up to date, brother.
Hey, we're in the business of
We're in the
Austin
biz.
FC Media.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Austin
dude,
FC.
catch up, dude.
So, it's no campaign because we have to know that at Ajaccio, 0 goals, 0 assists. That's nothing to campaign on, right? Now, the thing with Musa, there's another team in the picture, which is his old club, Grenoble. What happened there? We reached out to a journalist that covers that team in France, and we said, hey, we see that there's a bit of chatter with Grenoble and Musa. Can you tell us anything about what's going on? I didn't expect him to reply, but we had a bit of a chat, and I talked about it on the Twitter space from Friday night. He goes on to say how Musa is on a short list of about 10 to 12 players that Grenoble is looking at to boost their attack. But the only problem with Musa is that he's maybe too expensive for a League 2 side right now. So could it be a full circle for Musa? We got him from League 2. Could we get rid of him and send him back to League 2? There is also another rumor that my signals picked up, the Hubble telescope, whatever, that there could be a possible Romagna and Musa return in December. I don't know. It's still left to be seen. The timeline is not right. I can't really put my finger on if these videos are recent or not, if somebody's trying to dupe us or something. But the fact of the matter is, we need help in our attack. Musa's a very young striker, and the argument is, if he comes back, can he compete for the number 2 or the number 1 striker spot? B.
I think, look, from what we've seen with him, probably not. Maybe second choice. If he wanted to be here, he'd be here. He's not. I think there's just one thing. I think the main topic or to-do list is to get this guy a new home. in my opinion, bro.
Mm.
Look, we're putting these videos out. We're making commotion. We're starting the conversation because he is an Austin FC player. He's Austin FC player essentially. So, to me, I think we get him a new home. If he wanted to be here, he'd be here. He's not, and if he is here, I think he's a second string, number 9 in my opinion.
Bali, can Musa compete if he does come back? Let's say we go after him and say, you know what, Musa, your loan is over. Your loan is over. Grenoble doesn't have the money, doesn't have the funds to pay us for you. You're gonna come back to Austin. If he comes back, 0 goals, 0 assists. That's not inspiring, but can he compete for the number 2 and number 1 spot? I mean, we have some aging strikers. This guy is part of the U22 initiative, which is an important roster spot. Can he compete?
I mean, I honestly would give Musa another chance here. I feel like, he's better than Bruin and Maxi.
Yeah,
and he's
I agree with that.
and he's gonna help Sardis when Sardis needs help. But to me, I just feel like Musa just doesn't really like the MLS. He didn't adjust to the language.
The language too, bro.
Yeah.
The language barrier.
I'm almost certain he still doesn't know English,
Yeah,
bro.
The language barrier.
I'm
the
almost
language
certain he still doesn't know.
It's gonna be tough for him, and also the family issue that he had. He
Yep.
wants to be close to his family. He wants to be with his family. So I feel like all around, he has distractions outside of the field that I feel like he needs to just worry and focus on that. So I wish him the best. I think that his hat trick, that comeback win against, I guess it was against RSL, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think that was one of the best games that I've witnessed, one of
That's
the best
gonna be
goals that I've seen at the
his
Q2.
marker.
So, man, you left your mark here. Man, the Austin FC fans, we love you. We will always love you. We'll support you. And, I have to agree with B. I feel like we have to find this guy's a new home for sure.
Interesting.
Maybe
there.
I think going back to France would be just perfect for him.
Now,
Maybe go to League
the only reason why I can't put a real timeline on the videos and the photos that are being shared with us via Instagram and via Twitter of Musa by some of his people in his camp is the fact that just, a day ago? This was 2 days ago. Musa Jite uploads a video to his Instagram that not his verified Instagram, but a different one. Maybe he forgot his password.
He's got a burner.
I don't think it's a burner, but he's seen working out in Ajaccio colors, in red, black, and white. But then the videos that we were sent, he's working out in old Austin FC gear almost. So it's kind of like, bro, when is this? Is this recent? Is this a while ago?
He's gone, bro.
What's going on here? What's going on?
He's gone.
So
I wish him the best, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I honestly do.
So, I mean, for me, my take on that, if we can get Musa back, he's not the best striker that we can get, but we need all the help we can get right now.
And he will help for
He'll
sure.
be coming off the bench for Zardes, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe that would help Maxi find another club, just how Bali was saying. I mean, It is what it is. All right, looks like we're at the end of the pod, guys. We touched up on the match versus Miami. We touched up on Borrell, touched up on the games that are coming up, and Musa Jite, the rumors surrounding him. Is there anything that we can add to this podcast, boys?
USA destroying Trinidad and Tobago 3-0. Ferreira getting his hat trick.
Destroying them, too.
Tying the Donovan record as you're watching the game. It's crazy how the USBC team is destroying Trinidad. A couple years in that 2018 World Cup campaign, the A squad couldn't even beat this team. So
man, this USA team, take this team serious, man.
No,
they
for
are
sure.
on the up for sure.
They won the Gold Cup last time
Yeah.
with the BC team.
They have a great squad.
Real quick question for y'all then. If there's one player you would sign for Austin FC out of these guys, who would it be?
Bro, I don't want to.
I'll say
get
it.
a lot of hate.
I'll say it if
I'll
you
get a lot
don't
of
want
hate,
to.
bro.
I'll say it.
I'm
I'll
gonna
say
get
it.
a lot of
I'll
hate.
say it.
Like the whole team? Like, not this squad.
This squad
This
right here.
squad right here. This
No,
squad.
this squad playing right
This
here,
squad
right
playing
now.
right here.
Yes. Who would you sign for Austin FC?
The team that started versus Trinidad, for context for the listeners.
There's a
Yeah.
safe option. There's an option that you're gonna get a lot of hate for.
I got 2 names I would
Me too.
I'd bring up.
Me too. I'll go first. I'll get Turner. Fuck it.
Matt Turner? Okay.
Matt Turner?
But we
Fuck
have a
it.
good keeper.
Stu is doing good,
Yeah,
though.
good keeper.
Two. My other option would be Ferreira. Wey.
Yeah, I would take Ferreira, honestly.
I'm a little bit confused by the keeper because
I would-
we got Stuver and then we got Las. 2 great keepers.
I would
Look, Stuver's a great keeper. Don't get me wrong, but Turner's younger, more longevity to him. There's more potential to him.
I honestly,
Okay,
I
alright,
think,
alright.
But I
I think,
guess he's playing Arsenal.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense. But
I see what you're
I
saying.
think-
I would say Ferreira, bro. Honestly.
I think Ferreira or Bucio, one of those two.
Oh, Bucio. He plays in Venezia still, right?
Yeah,
Venezia. Primo, anybody you would sign from these guys?
Ferreira.
Sendejas.
Oh,
Sendejas too.
He plays in Club America, correct?
Yeah.
Pretty good kid, honestly.
Yeah.
For me, this kid, Cade Cowell, that kid is freaking
Cowell?
good, bro.
Yeah,
that kid is good, dog.
He is good.
Well, for me, the number one name, Ferreira.
Yeah.
I like
We're
Ferreira.
gonna get a lot of shit.
I might
because
get a lot of shit.
Bro, he disrespected us, though.
He
He
did,
did
he did,
disrespect
bro.
us. But then again, wouldn't
It's-
you want somebody like that to
Yeah,
play for your
But
team?
also the question is theoretically, like we're not gonna get Ferreira,
Exactly,
bro.
exactly.
But who
It won't
would we
happen.
want to? I would want a number 9 like that. right now.
Another. Oh,
Ooh.
as he just missed a
Never
sitter
mind.
header. Never mind.
Never mind. No, I'm just playing.
No, and the other name that I was thinking about isn't a player. It's
Huh?
BJ. BJ, the coach. The coach.
Ah, nah, bro.
The
I'm
coach.
good.
I think he's doing really good with this USA squad. I think Berhalter coming in is a snub for him, but it is what it is.
He'll find a job somewhere
I like
else.
BJ.
He'll find a job somewhere else.
I like BJ the coach. I'm not saying other things.
Boys.
Boys.
I like BJ too.
Boys,
Man, I like
sign his-
that. I love, Shawty always give me right.
I'm talking about BJ Brewhouse, brother.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about BJ
my
Brewhouse.
fault, my fault.
Now, finishing up, I'm gonna read a quote here from Josh Wolf that Primo has, and this is where we're gonna sign off. Wolf on Borrell, he says, "We're always in a place where we're looking for leadership. That space was empty and vacated earlier this year. I speak with Anthony often about the direction that we're gonna go as a club. So until anything is finalized, I don't think that's something we'll talk too much about. There's lots of talks with potential candidates, so I think going forward there will be more information. At the end of the day, this quote meant nothing. Borrell
He's
is
in
at
here.
the club.
He's here.
He's in, and we're ready.
We're ready.
Vamos, vamos, Rodolfo.
Hey, bring Jack Grealish. fuck
Contigo
it.
siempre, Rodolfo.
Jack
Contigo.
Grealish?
No. You know who I would bring?
Riyad Mahrez?
Riyad, I'll take Riyad.
You
I'll
guys-
take.
Mahrez?
You guys are
Imagine
wrong.
Riyad,
Oh,
Drusi,
my God.
madre mía,
Nah.
me. Oh my God.
Te qué, güey,
Oh
te qué,
my
güey.
God, bro.
Te qué, güey, te qué,
I
güey,
would-
te qué.
I would bring Foden.
No,
Phil?
Oh, no.
Phil?
Chill, chill,
Phil?
chill, 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 chill.
He won't
Not
come,
Phil.
though. He won't come,
Not Phil. I'm talking about Ronnie Foden. El way.
The Academy.
Academy.
Yeah,
Ronnie
Academy.
Foden. Project Ronnie Foden. ATX 2030. Let's ride.
Oof.
No? El way?
Mm,
Ronnie
Jack
Foden?
Grealish. Jack Grealish, bro. Jack
he-
Grealish.
Jack Grealish borracho. I don't want that guy here. It's been another episode of the Top Flight Podcast, y'all. Thank you for checking us out. Like we said at the beginning, make sure to hit up your friends. Share the podcast. We do it for y'all. Let them know about the Twitter Spaces. 1,200 people have tuned into last night's Twitter
Yep.
Space. Let's make it 1,500. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Give us your take after the match. Everybody has something to talk about. So join us. Follow us on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram. And we'll move on from there, y'all. B, anything you want to say?
No, man. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. If you don't have a Twitter, make one and join the spaces.
Yeah.
If you don't have a Twitter, make one. Verify it, or else you're going to reach the limit right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody, or have a good morning. And we'll see you soon.